Police have made a breakthrough in the brutal killing of 30-year-old Olorato Mongale, affectionately known as Nana Mongale. She was last seen on Sunday, the 25th of May, when she went on a date with her alleged killer, who picked her up from her Johannesburg residence. He was driving a white VW Polo, and it turns out he was using closed number plates as well. Her body was later discovered in Lombardy West that same afternoon. This prompted national outrage and, of course, a manhunt. So this week, police have confirmed the arrest of an elderly man in Durban, believed to be linked to the murder, and seized the vehicle illegally used in the crime. The South African Police Services are still searching for two men believed to be directly involved. Brigadier Athlenda Mate joins us now with an update on the investigation. Brigadier, welcome back. This is Power Lunch. It's good to have you with us.
A very good afternoon to you, and thank you for the opportunity.
You know, on a very personal level, may I ask, epaulets off, if we were just two women talking to each other, have you not reached your full and fill of seeing this particular crime over and over and over again?
Pabi, it's really appalling. That's why it's not a job. If it's a job, you won't survive in this kind of environment. It's a calling. You have to have the passion to serve and assist those in need. It has to be in you. So, so we are very dedicated. We are committed. We took the oath of office, and we committed our lives to making a difference, but mostly to serving and protecting the people of this country. And to me, it's just another day, different, obviously, scenario or crime that I'm dealing with and so on. But the goal is one, is to ensure justice for victims of crime. Yeah. And most importantly, is to put a stop to gender-based violence and femicide in South Africa.
Well, I really do applaud you calling it a calling rather than just a job, because ultimately, as a calling, it means you wake up at all hours, you're thinking about the developments in the case, and then, of course, many police are dispatched to be able to figure out what's going on. So, in the Olorato case, can you talk us through the latest developments, what's been announced, and what led to the arrest in Durban?
Look, Pabi, we are at a stage where we have uncovered a syndicate that is targeting women. They go around malls, they go around various provinces. Since last night, when we shared the numbers of the lead investigating officer in this case, Brigadier Nama, we have had a lot of calls from women in various provinces, as far as Northern Cape, Free State, Gauteng. Same modus operandi. They will meet you in a mall. After meeting you in a mall, propose you, chat you up on WhatsApp, and once you agree to meet them, they plan obviously to kidnap you, rob you, and unfortunately, in Olorato's instance, in Olorato's case, yes, they sadly murdered her. But also, what's interesting, we pick up that there is a latest a photo that I've shared of Bongani Mtimkulu as well as Pila Makanya, where they were in police custody. So on the 20th of April, we arrested these two suspects that we are again looking for. They were arrested on a kidnapping and robbery of a female. So now we know they only target females. Right. They were arrested by a vigilant police officer who noticed a suspicious-looking vehicle in the Brakpan, Johannesburg area. He pulled it aside, and he found that a woman had been kidnapped. So he immediately placed them on arrest. They were in custody. 22nd of April, they appeared in court. They were charged with kidnapping and robbery. On the 26th of April, they got bail. Also, what is key is that police had impounded the same VW Polo that is utilized in the Olorato case. So it was impounded, but on the 9th of May, we got a court order from Brakpan to release the car after the two accused brought a case before the magistrate to say the rightful owner of the car, who's one of the parents of these suspects, saying that He's got proof that he's the owner of the vehicle and not the suspect and so on. So the court ruled in their favor and they got their vehicle back, the same vehicle that we have been looking for. We are looking for these suspects. We know who we are looking for. Our forensic experts yesterday, when we had traced this vehicle to a panel beater workshop in Phoenix, they started working on the car, picked up traces of blood. The analysis of who this blood belongs to is underway, and our investigations are continuing. We do have the one parent in who's working closely with us, cooperating in custody, because the vehicle belongs to the parent of one of the
So
suspects.
that part was true, because we're also being told about cloned number plates. Is that not true?
Look, the clone number plate, we know that when they committed the crime, they used the clone number plate. It seems as though they used clone number plates. But when they left Johannesburg to KZN, they used the original number plate. But thanks to the dedication of our police officers, the expertise that exists within the SAPS, we were able to uncover the real number plate, and that's where we found this vehicle.
All right. So this VW, of course, covered in traces of blood, and extremely significant in this case, but the two suspects are still on the run. There's a double-edged moment where you have to put the police file photograph out to make sure people are on the lookout. But of course, then the suspects know that the cops are getting closer and closer to them. How close are police to tracking them down? There's a Fezile Ngubane and Pila Makanya. What do we know about them, and how close are we to tracking them down? Are they still operating in the same areas?
So what we are assuring the people of South Africa is that we have deployed maximum resources to this case because we want to save more lives. It's just a matter of time. However long it takes, we will find them, we will remove them from our streets. We'll bring them before court to come to answer to crimes committed, because the children of this country, the youth of this country, the women of this country have no one else to look up to but for the police to protect them. And we believe once we remove these perpetrators off our streets, our streets will be safer. We just have to move away. Yeah.
You have to move away.
No, sorry. I just have to. I have another engagement now. Sorry.
Oh, so you need to wrap up our interview. No, absolutely no problem at all. Thank you very much for this debrief, giving us the information. Brigadier Atlenda Mate, one of the most dedicated people when it comes to finding out what's happening with the police at any time. The brutal killing of 30-year-old Olorato Mongale on the 25th of May. Another story that has taken up every platform, all of our media on the front pages. This is what we're talking about. And it's very interesting. I don't know if you remember, some months ago, there was a story where I was so overwhelmed, I actually cried on air. And this story, I think, is really overwhelming a member of our team here who's just so touched by, first of all, how close this is to our vicinity here in Houghton. Okay, so from Houghton, we're talking Lombardy, that's not far. Q, that's not far. Sandton, that's not far. We're kind of in the hub of where this is happening. So perhaps that also is a stark reminder. And then you've got to start thinking, if you have a daughter, what do you tell your daughter? So somebody, and I'm talking about, if you are a 70-year-old father and you're listening here to Power Lunch and you have a 35-year-old daughter, what do you say to your daughter? Because if their modus operandi, these guys, Fezile and Pilo, was to go into the mall or whatever and chat to you and ask you for your WhatsApp number and then track you down, where are we to meet people anymore? Where are we to trust people anymore? Obviously in the mall, maybe you think, okay, somebody might grab my bag. But You can't kuluma with them anymore because you don't know where it's going to go. And this is part of the issue that, on a more global level is giving us feedback like the male loneliness epidemic, or the fact that so many women are too independent and will die with their cats. There has not been a worthiness so far, proof so far, that it is safe to even communicate in the mall and hand somebody your cell phone number and go on a date. As soon as we know that that can start happening, then a lot of issues will start closing up. But the fact that, and this is a very smart girl, so you see, she's wide awake. Olorato told her friend that she's going somewhere with somebody new. So her friend, after a while, inquired, "Hey, Chumi, where are you?" But had she not, we don't know what would have happened next. And so what do you tell your daughter? What do you make a line, like a line in the sand, that you can't go here, you can't go there, or I advise you not to do this? I don't know. I really don't know. And as gents, I'm sure you feel very overwhelmed and misrepresented in this case, because then the conversation always comes up about you can't even say hello to a girl anymore without them saying something back to you. And I think that's true. If someone says hello in the mall to me, I'm running. This case coming all the way from Durban, the fact that there's an elderly man who was arrested as part of this syndicate, this car being used in crimes before, linked to other crimes, impounded, and the audacity of the criminals to take it to court to say, this is Mang Mang's father's car. And the court stamping approval saying, don't worry, take the car. Guys, we're being played with here.